Hey guys, have you ever faced a situation where you have received less payment from a marketplace as compared to what you were expected? We are going to find out the reason behind that. This is your host and host Sunil from Ecom-Tech ka Tadka. Let's get started. Okay guys, now if you are doing an online business in different marketplaces, you might have come across a situation where you have received quite a less payment as compared to what you were actually expecting. So I'm sure that you might have got quite a few speculations in your mind, like what could be the reasons they have deducted more money than what they actually committed. The commission charged by them is not accurate. There should be less commission charged on it. So how do you actually tackle all these situations? How do you ensure that you get exactly the same payment what they have committed to you? What are the methods to do it? How do you actually do the costing of a product is something that we are going to talk about. Okay, now I'm sure that for every business that we do in e-commerce industry, every product that we sell has a buying and selling price. Okay, now before we actually get the payment, there are a lot of components involved in it, a lot of charges, deductions involved in it, and after that you get the payment. So what are those deductions? What different kind of deductions that happen in that process of payment? That is something that we will try to understand through the help of an Excel sheet. That will be more easy for me to explain to you, like how these deductions happen and what are those unseen charges that are actually being debited from your account while the payment is coming to you, and how much profit you are making after the payment is coming to you. Okay, now that will include everything from A to Z. This calculation will include right from the purchase that you do, and after the payment you get, the charges that are incurred due to the shipping, packing, taxes, everything will be included in this tutorial. Okay, so let's get started guys. We will go to an Excel sheet right now and we will try to understand. Okay, so now we have opened a blank Excel sheet to put some information here. So first of all, we will see different tags here, like what are the different type of expenses or the particulars that are involved in calculating the costing of a product. Okay, so first thing is the purchase price. Okay, so purchase price is something which depends on, which is something based on what you will decide the selling price. Okay, then comes the inward shipping cost. Now what is the inward shipping cost, guys? The cost that is involved while you're trying to procure the material from the vendor, the distributor, or the super stockist. Okay, now let's say I have got this product for 500. Now remember guys that this 500 is with or without tax has to be clarified. So this 500 is including tax. Okay, now what is the tax percentage that I'm paying here? Tax percentage, the tax percentage is 15%. Okay, now my net purchase amount would be this into 100 divided by, now basically my net purchase amount without tax is 434.78. okay, now this is my net purchase amount. Okay, this is very important to understand guys, because based on these informations only you will be able to make profit. Alright, and all these things I have learned over the period of time, over like 4 years of experience, and then I'm trying to share it with you so that you do not fall into the losses that all the marketplaces and e-commerce industries are doing. Okay, so this is the net purchase price. Now the inward shipping cost, let's say you have bought 10 pieces of a product drill machine. Okay, and now the product cost, the total expense to get the product at your warehouse was 300 rupees. Okay, now you have got around 10 pieces. Okay, so the cost for one piece inward is 300 divided by 10, which would be 30. So this is a kind of expense for you. Okay, now comes the commission. Commission for the marketplace that you're actually selling your products on. If I'm selling the product on Amazon, for an example, the commission is, let's say, 8%. Okay, now what will be the commission charged on? The commission will be charged on the total selling price, which will include your selling price plus the shipping charge. Okay, now let's say the selling price I'm keeping here as 750. Okay, and shipping I'm collecting from the customer is 100. Okay, so total selling price is going to be 850. Okay, now the commission here is 8%, which means this into 8%. So this is the commission amount. Okay, 68 rupees is the commission amount. All right, and how much is Amazon charging you for the shipping? Now let's say Amazon shipping cost is 75. Okay, now remember guys, whatever the charges you get to know from these marketplaces, they are never including service taxes. Okay, so just be careful guys. All right, like you might be calculating that commission is like 8%, so 8% is 68, shipping is 75, so this total cost is 143. So what we normally do is, your purchase price is, let's say, 500, your selling price is 850, and your commission including shipping is 68 plus 75. So basically what you're doing here is you're making 707, so this minus 707, so 207 rupees profit you're making from each product. Okay, but that is not actually the case guys. There are some more expenses involved in it. That is what we are trying to understand here. Okay, now according to this normal calculation done by most of the people who are selling online is absolutely wrong. Okay, now let's get back here. Shipping cost. Now let's calculate the percentage of service tax. Okay, now service tax is 15%. Okay, so what you do, this plus this. Okay, into 15%. So basically you adding up 21.45 again as a service tax. Okay, what are the other expenses that are involved in it? There are few more that probably you never realize. One is the packing cost. Okay, so packing cost roughly is around 10 to 15 rupees depending on the kind of product that you're trying to sell. Okay, so let's say I'm taking here as 15. It's always better to keep the maximum cost here, maximum expenses here, so that you make the maximum profit. Okay, if you think that no, it should not be more than 5 rupees, then probably you'll end up in losing some money, because the actual cost is going around 10 to 15 rupees. Okay, the next thing is wages. Okay, basically we call it salary for the laborers, basically the people who are doing the packing or the people who are procuring the material for you. So on an average, if you calculate per product, it will come around 20 rupees if you are selling roughly 1000 to 2000 products a month. Now that would depend on how many products you are selling and what is the cost of it. These charges, the salary of the individuals, they come to closely around 40 to 50,000 or 100,000 depending on how big your team size is. Now it will be very wise to do the calculation based on the orders you get and the amount or the revenue for the total month. Now let's say if I'm generating 2000 orders in a month, okay, and I have 4 people in my team who are doing the packing and procuring the material. So the cost of the total people is around 50,000. Okay, so what I do, basically divide it by 2000 orders. So for each order I am paying around 25 rupees. Okay, for each order that is being dispatched from my side, on an average I am paying around 25. Okay, now let's say if I'm processing 4000 orders, then it's going below 15, it's coming around 12.5. okay, so like if the orders are more and if you're able to achieve the same order volume with the same people that you have in your company, then you might be in little profit. So that's the reason I'm taking here as 15. Okay, now if you just try to add up all the expenses here, okay, now let's add up all the expenses here. This one plus shipping plus service tax plus packing plus this. Okay, now you saw this difference here, it's coming to 199.45, and here when you looked at it, it was showing 143. So there is a difference of almost 50 rupees, guys, more than 50 rupees. Okay, now this is not the end of it. There is one more thing that you have to calculate, and which we often ignore and often forget. Okay, the selling price. Now the selling price is including tax. Just bifurcate it without tax. Now this is the selling price. Okay, now you have to consider this as the selling price and this as the purchase price. Okay, because what is happening here, the tax that is calculated, the tax is not going to you, it is going to the government. So although you collect the tax from the customer, you have to pay that tax to the government. So you're not going to make the profit from the tax collected amount. Okay, now let's do the calculation again. Now we know that these are the expenses. Okay, this is the purchase and this is the selling price. Now let's do it. 434.78 is your purchase price. Okay, purchase. Selling is 739.13. okay, expenses all included 199.45. okay, now this minus this. Okay, so this is basically you're trying to get the information, like after deducting the expenses from the selling price, okay, you're getting 539. Now just deduct this to this. Basically you're making 104 rupees profit. Now this is your net profit, guys. Okay, now what was the mistake that we did earlier? If you look at it in the normal fashion, you are making 207 rupees profit, but if you're including the expenses and the taxes, it is going down to 104.9. so what is happening here? You see, you are under the impression that you are making 207 and actually you are making 104.9. so at the end of the year, when you will try to find out, when you will try to check the balance sheet of your company, you would think or probably assume that you are supposed to get, let's say, or 10 lakh profit. However, you just got around 5 lakh or 6 lakhs, and this is the actual reason for that, because we do not include small expenses which are a part of the selling process. Okay, I hope this information is going to be of little help for you guys. Okay, I know that I've not done it more systematically here, but if there are any questions you have around the same topic, like how to do the costing of a product, you can surely let me know. I have also prepared a costing sheet which we use for our company, for every individual product for every marketplace. Okay, if you want to have that Excel sheet for your business, you can let me know. I can share that with you also, because there is nothing that secret about that Excel sheet. Anybody can do it if they are good in Excel. Okay, I'm sure that after reviewing this information there will be some profit or some benefit for you guys. Okay, so that's about it from the Excel point of view. Going back to the face view. Okay, now as you have seen in the Excel sheet that there are a lot of deductions that are happening from different perspective, like packaging cost is there, inward shipping cost is there, outward is there, tax difference is there, sale tax, okay, commissions are there, and service taxes are there. So after you do a calculation on all these factors, whatever the balance is left, that is actually your profit. Okay, now one thing you have to be very clear, guys, like if you are selling products on marketplaces, there are like 10 to 15% return ratio. Okay, now considering the fact that these products may not be 100% return in sellable condition, you have to ensure that you are keeping some good margin for every product that you are selling in e-commerce industry. Okay, good margin means what? There is a calculation also for that. I'll do it roughly over here while talking to you. Let's say you are selling 100 pieces of power tools, let's say a drill machine, okay, and you're keeping a margin of 100 rupees per machine. Okay, your purchase cost is like 500 rupees, you're selling it at 700 rupees, or let's say 800 rupees, and you're making a net profit of 100 rupees out of it. Okay, now after selling 100 products, okay, you will be probably making 10,000 rupees profit. Okay, after selling 100 units, remember guys. Okay, now let's say there are 10 to 15% return ratio. Okay, the product is damaged or probably it's lost. So let's say for 500 rupees of 10% is coming to 5,000 rupees. Okay, so straight away your 5,000 rupees are deducted from your net profit of 10,000 rupees. So basically what you're making is 5,000 rupees. Okay, so that is the calculation, guys. These small things you have to keep in mind while you're doing an online business, because it looks very lucrative for every seller, because they just see the order volumes, they sell products blindly, but it's very important to manage the returns as well as the costing factor. Okay, your costing plays an important role. You have to ensure that you're keeping a good margin while you're trying to sell products online. Don't try to get very greedy in online business, because every time you try to update a new price, somebody else is ready to put you down and update his own better price. Okay, so it's good and safe to be held at one fixed price. Just keep the price there it is, and if the orders are coming, well and good. If it's not coming, let it be like that. I mean, don't worry about orders, don't get into so much of competition. Okay, so that's about it, guys, from my side. If you have any feedback for me, if you want any topic to be covered from my side, you please let me know. I'll try my best to get the video prepared for it. And if you think that these kind of topics will be more helpful in Hindi, then I can prepare the video in Hindi also. Okay, and if you think this channel is going to be a worth for you, then you can subscribe to this channel. I'll never force anybody to subscribe to this channel, as I've never forced earlier also. Only for those who think this channel is going to be helpful, please subscribe to this channel. Okay, guys. All right, then that's about it for the day, guys. I'll see you soon with a new topic tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.